This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Tuesday, the Jason Walker Show, the final Tuesday of 2022. Hope you had a good holidays. We'll break that down and go from there. Also going to talk to Kyle Mihelish, the recently named coach of the West squad for the 76th East-West Shrine Game coming up in June down in Butte. We'll go through some of the kids on the roster, and we'll ask him his favorite Christmas present that he got this year and his New Year's Eve plans. We're also going to, we got On This Day in History coming up, talk about a special quarterback from Montana and much more, and your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. You can watch on Facebook and Twitter. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports. As always, go to jasonwalkershow.com for anything you may have missed in the previous 3 years of doing this show, the Jason Walker Show. Yeah, we celebrated over 3 years this month. So thankful for our great listeners and viewers and fans, and of course our fantastic sponsors. The Walk Up, presented by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. And last week, it was pretty cool. One of our sponsors, Montana Custom Log Homes, was featured on Fox Business News. And if you get a chance to go to the Montana Custom Log Homes Facebook page, you can watch it. And very cool segment about one of our great sponsors here on the show. We have all great sponsors, but not that one nationally recognized last week. So pretty cool deal. Speaking of last week, so I know it was cold here. 74 below with the wind chill at Elk Park last week at one point. And it's crazy how the weather doesn't feel like it now, but man, oh man. I did feel bad. I didn't realize it was going to get as cold as it did. But I was in Phoenix for 7 days, supposed to be 6. I'll tell you more about that in a second. But I did feel bad when people in Montana were really, really cold, and we were in the 60s and whatnot. We did get a blast of it. So we were supposed to fly home with the University of Providence men's basketball team. We were down there for the Cactus Classic. A great tournament. Frontier had 5 schools represented, or 4 schools. Let's see, Western, Providence, Northern, and Rocky. Tech, the only one that wasn't there. Carroll was there, so 5 out of the 6. And some teams from the Golden State Athletic Conference, the GSAC out of California, and then one team from the Chicagoland Athletic Conference in Olivet Nazarene. That included the top-ranked team in the country, Arizona Christian. Frontier went 3-14 in the 4 days of the tournament. We were scheduled to fly home on Wednesday last week, a week ago tomorrow. We got the notification on Tuesday night that our flight had been canceled on Allegiant. Now, they didn't say why. We don't know if pilot shortage or whatnot, staff shortage, more than likely. But we had to spend another day in Phoenix, which was rough, or Phoenix area. I guess we were in Chandler, Gilbert area. But the kids got to go. I know most of the teams, there was a women's tournament after the men's tournament, and I know a lot of the teams got to go watch the Phoenix Suns play, blow out the Lakers. LeBron didn't play. A lot of the guys were upset about that, but 2 of the guys that were helping me out with stats went down, and they were like, that's a big dude. I did not get to go to the game. I was working the Arizona Christian Olivet Nazarene game, which was maybe the best game of the tournament. Olivet Nazarene's for real, and Arizona Christian, the number one team in the country. But, so we ended up staying. We flew out last Thursday, finally got a flight on Allegiant. Couldn't get back directly into Great Falls. So it was about 66, 67 when we left Phoenix last Thursday. We landed in Missoula and it was 12 below. We got to the top of Rogers Pass and it was 36 below. It took us 5 hours in 2 minivans to get from Missoula to Great Falls on 200 there. I don't know if I had ever driven Rogers Pass. I can tell you the next time I want to do it in the daylight, in the summer, when there's not 36 below air temp and a bunch of snow on the ground and basically ice on the roads. And then Bowman's Corner there by the flats where you get the drifts. Fun. So about 5 hours from Missoula to Great Falls, and then it took about little over 2 hours to get from Great Falls to Helena. Got home about 1 a.m. And that was after flying out at about 1 at night, or 1 in the afternoon. So still had a great time in Phoenix. Got to see my great aunt, which was fun. Hello, Mary Ann. Her husband was sick, so we couldn't get together for a dinner, but it was great to see my great aunt, at least for a little bit. She came to the gym and hung out with my good buddy Ben and his family from up here in Helena. They live in Arizona. And I worked with Ben back at the radio station starting way back in 2013. So it was nice to have dinner with them. And I did not know this. You can call me the biggest idiot if you want. His wife, Val, made tamales. Now, I went to cut it, and it wouldn't cut. Well, I might be the only one in the world that didn't know that you have to take the paper off. I didn't know it was paper. But you have to take the paper off the tamale in order to eat it. But his 3 youngsters, 4, 3, and a few months, it was fun to see all them. And I also got to have a great dinner with Cassie Turner, Miss Turner, former Miss Last Chance Stampede, lives in Wickenburg, Arizona, about 45-minute drive or so. And she came over, picked me up. We went out to a great dinner. And then she drove back to Wickenburg and got on an airplane the next day to Texas. But it was fun to see friends and family down there and great basketball. Now, I am basketballed out for a little bit after watching 17 games over the course of 4 days, but pretty good basketball was played. Like I said, the Frontier struggled a little bit, but it was still a good time, and it's just fun to get to know the kids. And this is what I miss about doing play-by-play for a team. You know, you get to know the kids, you get to know their families, but it was really cool seeing some former, they're still Carroll fans, but a bunch of Carroll fans were down there for the trip, so catching up with them. I haven't talked to some in, a couple years, but it was a good time down in Arizona. The problem was it didn't feel like Christmas week, right? I mean, we're down there from, the 15th through the 22nd. It just didn't feel Christmassy. Yes, the weather was awesome, but you didn't have that feel of the holidays. There, you didn't have the cool decorations up around businesses and homes and things like that, and just didn't feel like it. So getting home and seeing the Christmas tree and the family was well worth the 7-hour drive that it took on Thursday. Speaking of Christmas, I hope you had a great one and Santa was good to you. I know the little one, she's spoiled. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, parents, it's just she's 4. What do you expect? She had a blast. She got a skiing lesson package, so we went up skiing yesterday. She'll go back up Thursday and Friday this week. She's excited. And it was just a fun time around family and friends for the last couple weeks, and back at the show now with more family and friends. One thing our house we like to do traditional-wise for the holidays, for Christmas, is there's certain movies you have to watch, right? You've got to watch A Christmas Story. You've got to watch Christmas Vacation. This year was a little different with the little one. She wanted to watch a lot of the Christmas Chronicles or the Grinch. I'm not a big Grinch fan. But we did watch yesterday, finally, the new Christmas Story Christmas movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, you have to. It's pretty good. And a lot of the original cast is back into this one. Now, obviously, the mom is different. The old man passed away, but very, very good movie. And dare I say, for a sequel, pretty spot on. It was a fun one for sure. But the original, Ralphie and Randy are in it, and the original Flick and the other guy, Schwartz, and Scott Farkas. So pretty good stuff for sure. But definitely get a chance to watch that if you have not yet. You can let us know via the Twitter anytime what you think of the show, what you'd like to recommend, suggest, change. But one thing you can also weigh in on at Walker Sports on the Twitter or at the Jason Walker Show is your favorite holiday movie. I have not watched It's a Wonderful Life yet this year, which is weird. That's one of my favorites. And you go back to if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then so's Lethal Weapon. Miracle on 34th Street, not a Christmas movie. It's a Thanksgiving movie. Other things like that. So you can weigh in anytime you'd like at Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com as well. Christmas Day, it's a tradition across the state that the rosters are announced for the East-West Shrine Game. This year it'll be June 17th in Butte, Naranche Stadium. It is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, high school all-star game in the country. Started in 1947. It's a fundraiser and helps raise awareness for the orthopedic and burn care unit at Shriners Hospital for Children in Spokane, where care is covered regardless of the family's ability to cover costs, much like St. Jude Children's Hospital. In the past 10 years, the game's raised nearly $1 million. This year, Lewistown's Derek Lear will be the coach of the East. Lewistown won its first state title since 2001, going 12-0. And Capital's Kyle Mihelish will coach the West. We'll talk to him coming up. The East leads the all-time series 41-34. The West won last year by 19, 40-21. And if you look at the rosters, and this is where it's our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, because these kids are fantastic, and they all deserve it. We're not going to go through all 40 of them, but some of the big names that stand out. Jackson Tucker from West, Royce Robinson from Lewistown, Braden Klein from Big Sandy, Cade Boyd from Billings Central at running back, who I saw in person, absolute stud. Jake Casagrande from Bozeman, Marsh, Cole Taylor, Gage Norsling from Lewistown, your quarterbacks for the East. Defensively, Logan Hughes, Wyatt DeVos, just some of the names. Clay Oven from Billings Central, Jet Boyce, Bryce Grebe. Man, I mean, it's a who's who. Evan Cherry of Gallatin. Man. And then on the West, and of course there's alternates too, but on the West, you look at, Zach Tierney from Butte, Derek Saltzman from Hamilton, Austin Bueller from Capital. And Capital's got 5 kids named to the West, not alternates. You look at Hayden Opitz, Austin Bueller, Tom Carter, Talon Marsh, Nick Michelotti, Coulter Petrie from Helena High's in there, Dylan Root from Jefferson, Richard Jones from Townsend. The running backs, Tom Carter, Adam Jones of Sentinel. Speed, power. Quarterbacks, I have loved this kid since he was a freshman. Jarrett Wilson from Polson. And Pat Deshane from Florence Carlton. 2 pretty good quarterbacks there. Some gunslingers. So, J.J. Dolan from Sentinel. Kate Hansen from Dillon. Man, just a list. Jay Stenson from Butte. Pretty good guys. And then we'll talk to Kyle Mihelish coming up here in a few minutes. His wide receivers, holy cow, they're pretty good. But yeah, we'll talk to him coming up. And just congratulations to every one of those kids that was named to the rosters or as alternates. My dad was an alternate in 1975 at center. So there you go. And some of these kids have had brothers and uncles and dads, grandpas play in this game. So it's a pretty cool deal. And that is our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, is the rosters for the East-West Shrine game. That'll be June 17th, Naranche Stadium down in Butte. So it's going to be a fun time for sure. There's no question about that. Let's see. High school basketball off this week for the holiday. You've got the West boys sitting at number 1, followed by Capital, Hellgate, Skyview, and Bozeman in AA. Top 5 in Class A, Lewistown, Hamilton, Frenchtown, Butte Central, Billings Central. Class B, top 5, Loyola, Huntley, Big Fork, Red Lodge, Fairfield. Class C, top 5, Luster Christian, Harlowton, Rygate, Judith Gap, Centerville, Big Sandy, and West Yellowstone. The girls' top 5s, Class AA, it's Capital, Skyview, Gallatin, Helena High, and Flathead. Class A, Billings Central, Hardin, Dillon, Browning, Laurel, No Haver. I think that's the first time they're not in the top 5 in a long time. Class B's top 5 girls, Big Fork, Big Timber, Huntley, Mandy Morales, the head coach at Huntley, doing a great job. Malta and Red Lodge, Jefferson girls 7th. And in Class C, girls, Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale, Roy Winifred, Plentywood, Circle, Manhattan Christian. So that's heading into next week for the resumption of basketball in the state of Montana. Also going to have the resumption of wrestling and swimming in some of the schools for the state. So looking forward to getting back into the swing of things. High school-wise next week, you've got the Big Sky Conference starts this week for the Cats and the Grizz. Going to be now it matters. The Frontier back in action next 2 weeks, I guess. So it's all getting back. You get a nice little week and a half break or so, and then it just flows through the end of May, which is awesome. We have some show news. Alex Eshelman will be joining us next week, down visiting family this week, and she will have some very exciting news to share next week here on the Jason Walker Show. It's not the end. It's the beginning of something bigger for Alex and also for the Jason Walker Show. So looking forward to having her back. Speaking of this week, we'll talk to Guy Almquist tomorrow. Kurt Sinnis will join us Thursday, as well as East Helena boys coach Ty Ridgway. East Helena boys already with a couple of wins this year, but Kurt Sinnis will join us. His new calendar is out for 2023. He'll be signing autographs this weekend. We'll break down the 36 athletes that he has put in his calendar, Helena Sports Greats, but that'll be on Thursday. Looking forward to chatting with him. Let's see, are we going to have another guest here? Yes, we will. Katie Garson-Forba will join us tomorrow as well, the Capital girls coach, number 1 team in the state. Lots of good things going on over at Capital between basketball last year, winning it in the boys' side, football this year. Girls won a couple in a row recently. Volleyball was so good. So anyway, there you go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk Shrine Game in depth with Kyle Mihelish, the West and Capital coach. The West team, not West High. Capital High state champion coach Kyle Mihelish will join us next. The opening segment is called The Walk Up, and it is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions, so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. You've got milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. Over 15 different floor plans. You can go in with your own and work with their great craftsmen and come up with a home that's going to last you for generations. I know my wife and I will be using them probably starting this summer for our cabin. Can't wait for that. All right. Get a hold of Montana Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Jason Walker Show continues next with Kyle Mihelish. Hang on.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. L&P Grocery offers Boulder a convenient shopping experience, whether you're stopping in for a few things or stocking up for the week ahead. From fresh produce and meat to all the staples you need to feed your family, you'll find it here. L&P Grocery is also proud to have partnerships with local brands and carry products unique to the area. Stop by to exchange propane tanks, pick up fishing tackle, grab your prescription, or get your photo taken at the Pitcher Kiosk. They're delighted to be the one-stop shop for local area Boulder residents who want to support local business. Visit lnpgrocery.com and at 215 North Main Street. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Excuse me. Jason Walker Show on a Tuesday. Whew. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture. 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Still to come. You're on this day in history. A great quarterback is recognized from the state of Montana. And much more. Of course, we haven't talked since the Bobcats fell to South Dakota State. We watched that game in Phoenix. There was three of us. We had an iPad and a computer pulled up watching the game, and tough loss. But Cats will be back. No doubt about that. You had signing day, early signing day last week. Cats and Grizz both picking up some talent. I know the Capital signed 9 kids to college between Tech and the Cats and Carroll. Something like that. So, yeah. Fun stuff. Did have some sad news over the holidays. On Friday, we had to put our second dog down this year. The second of the Chihuahuas, Pig, just got old. And what a great pup he was. He was... It was funny. So 2015, I got really, really sick and stayed home from work for a week. And Pig would crawl up on the couch and scurry his little 2.5-pound body underneath the covers and lay on top of my stomach because he knew that's where the pain was. But didn't like going outside like his sister Pixie, who we lost in August. But he was a handful and a riot. There's no question. But old age and dogs, it sucks. But we won't. Yeah. So we miss you, Pig and Pix. So now we just have 2 remaining, Penny and Shay. So anyway, what else we got? Oh, on this day in history is coming up. If you want to tweet us anytime you can at JWalkerSports. Update anything you'd like to. Fill us in on what's going on in your life and let us know what you'd like to see on the show in 2023. Can you believe we've made it 3 years? A lot of people didn't think it was going to happen after getting let go at the radio station, but here we are 3 years later and alive and kicking and having a good time. So, and that includes... During the football season, our weekly chat with Capital coach Kyle Mihelish, Christmas Day announced that he would be the head coach of the West in the 76th East-West Shrine Game, and joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline to talk about that and Christmas is state champion head football coach Kyle Mihelish. Well, first question, Coach, is how was your holiday so far?
How was the holiday so far?
Yeah.
Holiday's been good. Nice to have the girls around. Been a lot of family stuff, low key, some cooking, have a visit from Santa. Things are pretty good. How
does Christmas change the older the kids get for you?
Oh, instead of gifts and everything, all they want is money. So it's pretty easy for me. I became a money and gift card guy. Not a lot of thought into the gifts I give anymore, except maybe my parents.
And, of course, the wife.
That's right.
I mean, you got, yeah, right. All right, best Christmas gift you got this year?
Best Christmas gift I got this year? Well, my mom did give me a good pullover, Cool pullover, Kuhl. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Yeah, I wore that yesterday. It's pretty nice, pretty comfortable.
I used to have one of their jackets. They're nice.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. And I got myself a state championship sweatshirt.
Ooh.
2022, Capital I Bruins state champions, undefeated.
Yes, you were. A great year, obviously. I thought maybe you'd say, as we talked to Kyle Mihelish, the Capital football coach, that the best Christmas present you got was being named the head coach of the West team at the East-West Shrine game coming up this summer.
Yeah, that was a pretty good deal. After the season of Jeff Hartwick, who heads up the West Shrine out of Butte, he called me in right after Thanksgiving and said, "Hey, would you please consider being the head coach?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll think about it." He gave me a few days to think about it. I just wanted to make sure it didn't interfere with the other things we're doing here at Capital High School. But no, it's a tremendous honor. Jeff Hartwick and those guys do a great job. So I look forward to doing it.
We're talking with Kyle Mihelish. You've coached in this thing before, but never as the head coach, right?
No, I was the head coach 4 years ago.
Oh, that's right. How do they pick? How do they rotate this?
I'm not quite sure. I know it's obviously based on how well you do in the season. I think last time I was picked made semifinals. This year, obviously, the season. My son's driving. I'm a little distracted. We're going to park here.
Okay, no worries. Well, let me ask you this, because I looked at your roster. You get to coach a bunch of your kids, and Austin Bueller, Hayden Opitz, David Marshall is an alternate. I'm missing a bunch of...
The five that are picked, Michelati,
Opitz, yep.
Carter, Bueller, this one. But no, the rule is, I guess I don't really have a lot of say in it. The Shriner guys have a lot of say. They get to pick the roster of 40. A lot of guys that have tradition, the Shrine tradition.
Mm-hmm.
You can only take 5 guys, and I was concerned for that. They said, I know some of the guys that we're picking are maybe not as good as some of the kids that we're leaving off the list. But the rule is 5. And as kids start to drop off, you can possibly get a few more in there. But that's the general deal there. And I saw that, I think Lewistown Lear, who's going to coach the East, I think he got 5 of his guys. I'm sure he wanted a few more in there as well. But as summer happens and people are playing baseball and maybe on vacations or things come up, there'll be kids that drop out, and maybe we can get a few more on there.
Did we mention Talon Marsh? I think we forgot him.
Oh, yeah, Marsh.
I forgot, he's moderately a good player too, so.
He's all right.
You get to, this is what stuck out for me as far as the lineup. I mean, yeah, your guys and all that, and Adam Jones is in there from Sentinel, who we all know is so good, along with Tom Carter. But you get to coach 2 really good quarterbacks in Jarrett Wilson and Patrick Deshane from Polson and Florence Carlton. Those guys are absolute animals that can throw the ball around and get the job done. And I know it's a fun game. You still want to win. But what's it going to be like coaching those 2 at quarterback?
Well, that'll be a special thing. I know one thing in the criteria that the Shriners wanted is they wanted, sure, you want a guy that's able to sit in the pocket and throw the ball, but they also want the dynamics of what those 2 guys can bring. As far as running some RPO stuff, or even when the protection breaks down, they can take off and go and extend the downs and move the chains, those types of things. So I'm looking forward to. I've never seen either of them play. I'm going to watch a little film on them when we get back from break, and I know the Wilson kid's pretty special. His dad's up at the MHSA, and Duchesne, I played. He was coming into Western when I was leaving, so he's the head coach over at Florence Carlton, and that's his kid. So, and he's going to coach as well. I'm not quite sure of all the other guys coaching, but I know Pat Duchesne's going to be one of them, and it'll be, nice to learn. One thing about the Shrine stuff is when you get with these guys, you start learning some of their schemes and their philosophies and what they believe. And I'll sit there for a week and ask questions, steal things, and try and make ourselves better back home.
I was looking at the wide receivers too. I mean, the Guernsey kid out of Butte, Eli Norse out of Dillon, Frenchtown's Connor Michaud. I mean, the list goes on and on. I know you got great running backs in Carter and Jones, but you might be able to turn things loose here with those wide ends, not to mention the two tight ends from Capital and Helena High and Dalen Chrisman.
Yeah, no, I mean, certainly we're going to have some weapons at the receiving core. And, but that, you can look even putting Opitz in the backfield and doing some things there like we did during the season. But, if you have Evan Jones and Carter and Opitz in the backfield with the Duchesne or the Folsom kid, there's a lot of talent there.
Yeah, there is.
And obviously on the perimeter, I know the Norris kid is good. I played with his dad, Ryan Norris, at Western, as the head coach down there. But no, there were some easy picks for everybody and very hard picks. Yep. Not everybody gets to be a part of it.
Hey, is Eli Norris, is he taller than Ryan, his dad?
I think he has him maybe by an inch or two.
Oh, okay. Not that I can say anything, but Coach Norris might be the same height as me. So, and I have to give him a hard time because I still don't have a Western helmet.
You do not have a Western helmet?
I don't. It's the only one I don't have from the Frontier.
I know that.
Yeah. That's what you tell Eli. I'm not playing you until your dad gets Jason a helmet.
I'll say bring a helmet.
Couple other local names, of course, Coulter Petrie out of Helena High, Dylan Root from Jefferson, Richard Jones from Townsend. I mean, these are kids that we know locally, but the rest of the state might not know too well, and they're going to get to see a good dose of those guys coming up at the Shrine game.
No, it's good that we got some local kids on there. I know those kids can play. They came highly recommended from obviously their own coaches, but obviously the rest of the state. I know, obviously seen Petrie many times this year on film.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's a football player. I mean, he's going to be a solid safety in the Shrine game and in his future there at Montana State. I think he'll end up being a contributor at Bozeman.
Oh, I think so too. Have you even looked at the East yet? I know you know some of the guys, but No,
I haven't really settled in and looked at all the roster stuff. I know last week the roster was sent. I looked at the West just to make sure it had some of the names that I was able to recommend. And I did notice that Tyler Kobik was left off of that list. So he is an add-on. He is an alternate. He was decided upon, but he was not in the paper. So I guess that's a correction. So Tyler Kobik will be an alternate as far as the secondary is concerned.
Well, it's just cool to look at these kids that, whether their parent, their dad played in this game or even if their mom cheered in this game, because cheerleaders get recognized too. It's just an awesome honor for all of these kids. And I think there's 40 from Montana and 2 from Canada.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't aware of the 2 from Canada deal, but they do have a lot of Shriners, I guess, up north, and we got a receiver, and I believe he's got a receiver. I don't know anything about the kid. I don't know how talented he is. I don't really know his size, but looking forward to meeting that young man. That's kind of a big thing for him to come to the United States and participate in the Shrine game, and I'm sure it'll be a great experience for him.
What changes as a coach in one of these games?
Could you repeat that?
What changes as a coach in one of these games? Because you're coaching all-stars from all across the state.
Yeah, the big thing is, and I know that's the West philosophy, and they talk to me about it, is that, we have basically 21 on O and 21 on D. And they certainly want everybody to play and participate. We'll have a rotation. We'll see what guys work well together, and maybe they understand schematically or do some things well if we want to be in a cover 3 or whatever it's going to be defensively. And I know offensively we'll make some personnel adjustments, but these guys will be in and out, whether we decide it's going to be every other series or every 2 series. But I know there's been some bad blood in the past when head coaches just play maybe the main guys and the other guys sit around, and that isn't the spirit of the game. It's more, kind of like our motto was, it's a we, not me type thing. And, there's not going to be a lot of balls. There's only one ball that's going to go around. So, the emphasis will be to those guys. When you get a chance to touch it, you better make the best of it, because you may not get very many more. But no, it'll be fun. I mean, when you watch these guys practice and go about their business, it kind of brings a smile to your face, and because it's like, wow, you're getting an opportunity to work with the best of the best, and these kids are athletic, and with the student athlete comes usually a pretty good personality. They're probably good in the classroom, they're good in the weight room, they're good in their communities. So it'll be fun meeting these young men.
Do you run Capital's main schemes, or do you just run a basic type offense and defense and throw in some wrinkles?
We'll run the majority of our stuff, not everything, but it's just something that our kids will be familiar with, and they'll be able to be coaches on the field and in the film room. And we're not too worried about, at the end of the day, the way you play cover 3 is very similar to the way other people play it. And
sure.
Sometimes it's just, you got to have the right horses to be doing it. And luckily this year we did.
Yeah. Well, not only on your team, but you're going to have a whole lot of horses in the Shrine game. And what I love about the Shrine game, 76 years, over $1 million in the last 10 years have been raised for Shriners Hospital. And what's great to me, and I've talked to kids and other coaches over the years about it, is it's not about the kids. It's about giving back to the hospital and giving back to the communities that are involved. And I think it's amazing that those kids at this young age recognize exactly what this game is.
No, that's the first thing they'll be talked to about, and then we have the first team meeting, and I know Jeff Hartwick will get up there and give a big spiel about the Shriners and what it is and what it means. And locally, those kids will be invited here within the next month or so to a local dinner at the Shrine Temple, and the Shriners will talk to them about what it means to be a Shriner and why they do it and the purpose of this game. And, it is about those Shriner kids, and, this will be a good opportunity for these kids to learn that it's not about them. It is, everything in life is about doing good things for other people and being a good steward. And those messages will be preached all week, and we'll talk about what it is. And they'll meet a few Shriner kids, I'm sure, in Butte. In some years they have a family that they're going to support or have been supporting, and we'll talk about that story and the story of the kids that have gone to the Shriners Hospital in Spokane. So it'll be a real special week.
Naranche Stadium, you're no stranger to that place, but it's a friendly atmosphere this time when you go down there and play.
Maybe I've created enough enemies. Will be there just to rouse me again.
Oh, I doubt that. It's going to be June 17th. Now, this game was moved up a month. It used to be in July, right?
Yeah, it moved to June last year because the Mondack game folded.
Right.
So they usually did it in July. And then, it's probably a better thing for the All-Star games in Montana. I think it used to be maybe coaches would say you're either going to play in the Shrine or you're going to play in the Mondack, or we want you to play in the Mondack and not the Shrine because it's too close to the season. So, yeah, I guess you would say it's the premier the Shrine game is the premier All-Star game in the state. So, and I know they do a good job. They work hard at it.
Yep.
And by them rotating it, it is kind of nice that it's in Butte, familiar with Naranche and close to home. And I'm sure we'll get a lot of Helena people there. We have good representation for both schools. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, and what's one more thing that's cool too? It's I think this is one of the top 3 oldest high school All-Star games in
the United
States,
the country, as far as I understand.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty impressive that this game has been able to go off now for almost 76 years. It's super cool. I'm super happy you're the coach. Where was it the last time you coached as the head guy?
The last 4 years ago was in Great Falls.
Okay.
So we practiced in Butte for a week, and obviously then we'll be able to stay in Butte. The last time I did it, went to Great Falls and we caravanned over there. One of the Shriners got at the front of the line and one got in the back, and everybody fell in and stopped at the rest area just over there off the Dearborn River.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was good 4 years ago. We did lose by, I want to say, 2 points. Came down to the wire. They kicked a field goal to beat us. But no, look forward to it. Looking forward to doing it in Butte.
Well, looking forward to it as well. I'm sure we'll have you on before the game or week of the game just so we can get an update. But congratulations on the honor. Congratulations to all the kids that are involved, and appreciate the time, Coach. All
right, thank you.
Happy holidays. Christmas
happy
is
holidays
over.
to you. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve.
You as well, Coach.
We're going to be heading over to Levi Dawes' wedding. He's getting married on
nice.
New Year's Eve over in Butte.
Very nice. Yeah. Weddings on New Year's and in June. That just, those are the two times.
Seems to be the fad.
Well, at least he's not proposing on New Year's or Christmas.
That's right.
Those are bad ideas.
Well, for Levi's sake, I hope she doesn't back out. She got a few days to think about it.
Oh God, don't say that. Hope he doesn't either.
That's right.
All right, Coach. Well, take care.
He's marrying a good young lady. It's actually Ari Gray's niece.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he's a pretty good coach down there too, so.
That's right.
Yep. Hey,
happy holidays. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, Coach. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye. That is Kyle Mihelish joining us via the Mike Miller State Farm hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. Mike broke his leg recently, so best of luck, Mike, and quick healing, I guess. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, let's see here. Shrine game, gonna be fun. What did I just see? Now I can't find it. I hate when that happens. Okay, let's move on. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. When we return, a Montana quarterback did pretty well recently, and we'll talk about that when we return. Also on this day in history and much more coming up. This segment brought to you by Rutgers Furniture, right here, Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rutgers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
L&P Grocery offers Boulder a convenient shopping experience, whether you're stopping in for a few things or stocking up for the week ahead. From fresh produce and meat to all the staples you need to feed your family, you'll find it here. L&P Grocery is also proud to have partnerships with local brands and carry products unique to the area. Stop by to exchange propane tanks, pick up fishing tackle, grab your prescription, or get your photo taken at the Pitcher Kiosk. They're delighted to be the one-stop shop for local area Boulder residents who want to support local business. Visit lnpgrocery.com and at 215 North Main Street. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from the Lundy Center, the Copper Club Casino.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Jason Walker Show on a Tuesday. This segment brought to you by the Copper Club Casino. Hot games, warm folks, cold beer. Stop in next to Cafe Zydeco there on Euclid. Well, it's pretty cool. Remember we talked to a couple of guys, Julian Benson, Gage Bushman from Wolf Point. They played in the Indigenous Bowl earlier this month out in Minnesota. Kellen McClure from St. Ignatius was also on that team. And while Julian Benson was named the offensive MVP, McClure lit it up as the quarterback. He threw 3 touchdown passes in the victory for his team, and in turn was named the team's unsung hero, which got him a $10,000 grant for St. Ignatius for mission. Very cool. And congratulations. He's got a 3.78 GPA and is a 4-year starter, 2-time All-State quarterback, conference MVP this year, finished runner-up. So 74 guys were chosen. I think there were 5 from Montana, 4 or 5 out of 500 that applied to play in this deal. In the Indigenous Bowl was 2.5 weeks ago out in Minnesota. So very, very awesome. Great job, Kellen McClure, way to represent St. Ignatius and the state of Montana. Let's see here. What else did we see? What was I? It had something to do with. Oh man, I got to start writing stuff down. I'll remember probably tomorrow. Who knows? Story of my life. Jason being forgetful. But, I can't even, drive safe. I know that's one thing I wanted to mention. This rain on top of the ice. Ooh, Nelly. Okay. Should we do on this day in history? Let's do that. Oh, I know what I was going to mention. We need to get Up Top on the show as a sponsor because my wife recently bought us a new Tommy Malott. She loves Tommy. She's not a Bobcat. She's not a Grizz. She just loves Tommy. She bought new shirts, including one for the little one. Check that out. So she made the Up Top Instagram page, the little princess did, wearing her new Tommy Malott shirt with the Up Top logo on it. So she's a rock star. But there you go. Very cool. So Colt, let's and the guys at Up Top, let's get you guys on the show here. But thought that would be cool to show. That was the one thing. Just had to remember what I was doing. On this day in history, it is December the 27th, the last Tuesday of the year. It is National Fruitcake Day, Learn a Foreign Language Month, And it is National Podcast Day, or Day of the Podcast, which is what we celebrate. 1892, Biddle University beats Livingstone College 5-0 in the first black college football game held in Salisbury, North Carolina. Salisbury, North Carolina is a great place. Been there once back in 2014. Great place to go visit. Lots and lots of history. It's awesome. If you ever get a chance to go to North Carolina, if you're in the Charlotte area, it's about a 40-minute drive or so to Salisbury. 1964, National Football League Championship. Cleveland Browns beat Baltimore. It would be the last championship win by a major pro sports team from Cleveland until 2016 NBA Cavaliers. 1990, Edmonton Oilers beat the Calgary Flames to record their 500th all-time victory in the NHL. It took just 915 games. They were 500, 295, and 120, winning percentage of .612. It was the best in history upon reaching that milestone. In 2000, speaking of the NHL, Pittsburgh Penguins center and part owner Mario Lemieux scored a goal with 2 assists. His return to the NHL after more than 3 years out with injury problems and lingering cancer issues. The Penguins won that game over Toronto 5-0. Couple of great college basketball coaches born on this date. In 1962, Bill Self and Mark Few share a birthday. And on this date in 1942, William Morgan died. Who was William Morgan? He was an American PE instructor and inventor of Mintonet. Mintonet, now known across the world as volleyball. That is what happened on December 27th on this day in history. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
We learned that Phoenix is lovely this time of year. They had a high of 77 today. It was almost 70 a week ago when we flew out to minus 36 on top of Rogers Pass. Almost 100-degree difference. Yep. Let's see. What else did we learn? We learned that I don't miss the cold at all. Still had a great holiday. Still got a week left of the holiday season. Thanks to Kyle Mihelish for joining us. This walk-off, by the way, brought to you, as always, by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. Stop in and say hi. Fantastic folks. Unbelievable food. Got to get some Zydeco in me soon. Tomorrow, we're talking Capital basketball. Second place and defending state champs, Capital boys. Guy Almquist will join us. The top-ranked Capital girls, Katie Garson-Forba, will join us. Don't forget Thursday, Kurt Sinnis, Ty Ridgway, and more, all coming up this week here on The Jason Walker Show. Have yourself a terrific Tuesday. You can always go to jasonwalkershow.com to check out anything you previously may have missed or want to rewatch. Thanks to our great sponsors, our fantastic listeners, 49 states and nearly 55 countries. We love you. Jason Walker Show. See you tomorrow.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.